crooked Robert Mueller terrified after Watchdog Group filed lawsuit against him. In the light of the recent leaks, DNC scandals, and widespread sexual abuse allegations in Congress, many Americans have wondered where morality has gone to in this country. Fortunately, however, it seems that there may still be a glimmer of hope for those of us who want to see a restored America. President Trump has been fighting hard to make this country great again, but Democrats and cronies have been fighting him every step of the way. Robert Mueller in particular has been a giant thorn in the President Trump's thumb, after he began orchestrating the release of private documents. Thankfully, the conservative watchdog group Freedom Watch has just filed a lawsuit against him, and unfortunately for Mueller, it doesn't seem like he has too much time left before he gets just what he deserves. The Gateway Pundit reports, founder of conservative watchdog group Freedom Watch, Larry Klayman filed a lawsuit Monday seeking to remove special counsel Robert Mueller because his obvious conflicts of interest. Klayman also highlights in his complaint against Attorney General Jeff Sessions and FBI Director Christopher Wray that it is a criminal offense to leak grand jury information. The complaint slammed Jeff Sessions as being the reason for a special counsel in the first place. Mr. Mueller was appointed because the Attorney General, Mr. Sessions, needlessly recused himself from overseeing an investigation into a fanciful theory that we now know was invented by the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign in their deliberations within 24 hours of suffering an unexpected loss in the November 8, 2016 presidential campaign. Out of an abundance of caution, Mr. Sessions bent over backwards to avoid even the slightest appearance of bias or conflict of interest and recused himself. Klayman also slammed the leaks coming from Team Mueller. Since the inception of the Mueller investigation, a pattern of a persistent torrent of leaks has emerged, and considering their nature, it is clear that the majority of these leaks are coming from special counsel Robert Mueller and his staff, most of whom are suffering from serious conflicts of interest. Mr. Mueller and his team suffer from numerous conflicts of interest that not only mandate their removal, but also explain why the leaks are being disseminated to the media on a daily basis. The damage of continuing leaks to the reputation of innocent persons is especially harmful. The more the myth of collusion between Russia and the Trump presidential campaign unravels, the more the flow of leaks accelerates each day. Not to mention the obvious conflict of interest, Mueller is buddies with fired FBI Director James Comey. Furthermore, Mr. Mueller's investigation turns on the credibility and personal interests of Mueller's long-term colleague and close friend, former FBI Director James Comey. Mr. Comey. Not only will the investigation impact Mr. Comey, but Mueller must judge his own friend's credibility as a witness. He must be held accountable to the law and should not be able to do as he pleases to further his and his friends, like former FBI Director James Comey's, political agenda. Klayman said. There are others, perhaps who practice outside of the Washington, D.C., swamp, who could step in and do an honest and conflict-free investigation of so-called Russian collusion, Klayman continued. Dirty cop Mueller and his 17 radical left-wing hack lawyers are out of control. The Russian collusion witch hunt started because of Hillary's dirty dossier she paid millions of dollars for. The entire investigation is a sham. It's criminal.